So once the periodical title arrives in your library, then the next thing is how to organize and manage those periodical titles. So here you can see how the system has evolved. The system has evolved in the similar manner as the circulation of books. You must have seen in the circulation section how the process has evolved. In the similar fashion, this process of registering and recording of the periodicals has also evolved. So initially, when the library was having fewer titles, they started with the register system and then moved on to ledger, and then from ledger to one card, and then from one card to three card, and three card to Kardex. So I'll just explain you one by one what these systems are. Coming to the first one, and that is register system. As I told you, for the smaller libraries, the system is quite good, and but the subscription should be a dozen or so, and the register system serves as a suitable model for recording periodical. And auditors also emphasize the necessity of maintaining the permanent record of periodical received in the library and the payment made by them. That can be recorded in the register. But again, I told you the limitation is if you have dozen or so, so the titles can be listed on a particular page and the proper documentation can be maintained on a particular page. And these periodicals can be entered into the register either alphabetically or according to their frequency of publication. Because more important thing is you have to keep track of the titles, because every title will have a different frequency, will have a different time interval. So then when the next issue is due, your library has to take care, because library has made almost all the payment in advance. So one library has to be very careful when a particular issue is due, which title is due in which month. So if the library is active, librarian is active and is vigilant enough to keep track of all the titles and their issues, then only things can be managed. Otherwise, you might lose the issues and you are unaware of it. You will not be in a position to bind the complete title, complete the volume, or maybe sometimes you have missed it by post, although it has been sent by post and you have not received it. So in a way you are missing it, and if you have missed it, then also you will not be in a position to complete your volume. So you have to be extra cautious, extra vigilant when the any titles, when the issue is due, and the moment you get the issue, it should be circulated among the users. And once the usage is complete and the new issue is there in the library, the older issue should be, you can say, those loose issues can be again collected. And finally, when all the loose issues, means the volume is complete, when all the issues you have received, then only you can send it for binding a particular title. And so this register system ensures accountability in the periodical management and facilitates compliance with auditing standards. It provides a clear and structured record of periodical subscriptions and payments, enhancing transparency and efficiency in library operations. So with fewer titles, the system goes well. I can show you the format also, how it looks like. This is a format, or you can see the format of register, where you can see that the title, volume and year, publisher is there, supplier is there, then period. Period shows a frequency from Jan to December. If it is monthly, you keep on taking it, okay, you are receiving every month. Then subscription and bill number. So according to the bill, you have to enter the bill number also and the date, all those things you have to fill up. And then remark, you can keep on entering it. If sometimes you feel that this particular issue has been delayed or not received, that can be entered in the remark column. So this is the complete. On the top you can see name of the library is there, place, and the year is there, and you enter. If you have, I said, dozen or so, you can manage with the system. You have to enter all these titles, whatever you're subscribing, 12, 13, 15 titles, whatever you're subscribing, you can enter in this format in a register, and that is logical for you also, and it is good for the accountability purpose also. So this was the system earlier. But slowly, gradually what happened? The number of titles started growing, and now it has grown to such an extent that you have to limit yourself, and you have to see your budget also. According to your budget, you have to plan how many titles you are going to subscribe. And for all the titles, you know that the frequency is different. because here you can see the frequency is mentioned. Publisher is there, supplier is there, and period is mentioned here. So you just imagine if you have 12, 15, at least you can manage these 12 frequencies, because all the frequencies maybe out of 12, 2 will be fortnightly, 3 will be quarterly. So accordingly you can manage it. But when the number of titles starts growing, just suppose all of a sudden the title subscription goes up to 100, then probably this system will not work. You have to go for a new system. If your title is daily or weekly, you can enter in this type of format. You can see your name of the library, title, publisher, frequency, all these details are on the top, and at the bottom you can see date. Even for January you have 31 days, so all 31 days when you are receiving it, when you are not receiving it, you can just mark in your remark column. So you can enter for the January, all 31 days are there. Accordingly, for the February, you have 28 or 29 days. You can enter all the issues you have received. And if you have not received any of the issues, you can just mark it or put in a remark that you have not received this particular issue. So, this, especially for the dailies and weeklies, you can maintain like this. Then coming to the ledger system. Ledger system, again, I told you, when the number of title goes up to 100, if it is 50, 60, 70, it goes up to 100, then you can easily manage with the ledger system. So ledger system, as it was useful in case of circulation for maintaining the circulation records, here also you can do the same thing, that one page can be dedicated or demarcated for a particular title, and all the information about the receiving or information about or any details of the particular title can be recorded on one page. How many issues you have received, how many is pending, what is the frequency, who is the publisher, and what, all that information will be recorded on one page. So that is the beauty of the ledger system. It is typically adopted by the larger libraries. As I told you, each periodical is assigned a dedicated page and within a ledger book, and the periodicals can be entered into the ledger and in alphabetical or the numerical order with an index provided at the beginning of the ledger to facilitate easy reference. Each periodical subscription is recorded on a separate page within the ledger book, and this allows for detailed information to be documented for each periodicals, including subscription details, payment records, and any relevant comments or annotations. So periodicals can be organized in the ledger either alphabetically or by title or numerically according to the designated index number. An index of the periodical subscribed is provided at the beginning of the ledger. So in the beginning you can maintain the index that such and such title is maintained on such and such page. Just suppose XYZ title is maintained on page 63, and when you go to 63 you just enter the complete details of the title or periodical, title, publisher, frequency, supplier, and then you can maintain the details, how many, when you are receiving the issues, which issues you have received, which you have not received, all those details can be maintained on a separate page. So at any point of time you want to see that, okay, for title XYZ, what is the status? Straight away you can just check the index, find out the page, go to that particular page, you will find all the details of that particular title only. So roughly I told you about 100 titles if you have, so you can easily manage with the ledger system. But again the question is, if it goes beyond that, then what next? This is a format of a ledger system you can see here. So in a ledger you have this type of format. You can, on a particular page, you can enter the place, title, publisher, subscription amount, everything you can mention here, and that complete information about the title you can enter under these columns, where you have year and the volume, and then you have all the months according to the frequency you can enter here, and you can enter the bill number also, because bill number is again for the accountability purpose, for the accounts it is, and especially for the audit purpose it is very useful. So you have to enter the bill number according to which bill, on which particular date you have subscribe this periodical title, you have to enter the bill number and date, and then you can put a remark. If you have not received anything or if any issue is there, you can put under the remark column. So this is the format of the ledger system. Then coming to the one card system. One card was again a little evolved system. This system is a practical approach to maintaining the periodical subscription. particularly for the libraries with a moderate number of subscriptions, not high. Only the moderate can be managed with this, typically around 100 or so. So if it is little more than 100, then also you can manage with this system. This system offers a convenient way to track the regular receipt of subscribed magazine or periodical. The one card system enables the library staff to quickly ascertain whether all subscribed magazines are being received regularly. So the blank card, usually sized 6 inches into 4 inches, are utilized for recording periodical subscriptions beforehand, and these cards are printed with the necessary columns to facilitate efficient data entry, while the one card system is suitable for the libraries with approximately 100 or so periodicals, and it may become unmanageable if the number of subscription exceeds this limit. So this is again the limitation of the one card system. So on one card you are entering the complete details. So when you are entering it, and you thing is you can just like organize it just like in the catalog, the way you are organizing the catalogs, you can organize it and keep track. Alphabetically you can arrange it, all the cards, and you can keep track of it. Which title is due, when it is due, it has come or not come. So all those things you can maintain on the one card system. And you can see how the one cards system looks like. You have two sides. And the half portion you can see it is a recto side, and the another half you can see is a verso side. So what is to be written on the one card system? You see the name of the library, title, place, publisher, supplier, all those details on the top of the page or the top of the card, as we are doing in the ledger system. And then you have again the volume and year, and then all the months, complete months you have. And on the verso side you can see again you have the volume and year, and you have the details which are related to the library. Probably on the recto side you can see the details which are more relevant for the user, and on the verso side you have the details which are more relevant for the library staff. You have the subscription and information about the subscription, and then you have information about the your bill number and date, and then what voucher, regarding the voucher number, that information you have to give, and then if any reminder has been sent, that also has to be put on record. And bound up to means because just suppose if all the issues are complete for a year, just suppose for 23 we have received any title which is monthly, and for 23 if we have received all 12 issues, so all those 12 issues can be put together, they can be bound, and that information can be recorded on the one card system or any system, that a user can know that okay, you don't have to look for the loose copies, but all 12 issues have been bound now, and that will be available in the library under bound volumes. So this is the beauty of it, and remark you can always put it. So this is your one card system. Then coming to the three card system, this again, since Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, father of library science, he was looking after the Madras library. So he did a lot of innovations, and he even analyzed the drawback of this one card system and ledger system. When he analyzed all the drawbacks, sometimes the retrieval is an issue, sometimes what is meant for whom. Means just suppose in one card we say the retro side is meant for the user and verso side is meant for the library staff. Why not to have, instead of looking back and forth, why not to have a different card? One card can be specifically meant for the users, and second maybe for the library purpose. So what he thought, okay, easily what problem with the periodicals is you have to keep track of the periodicals, because if you are subscribing to 1000 titles, just imagine 1000 titles with all these titles with different frequencies. I mean, some are weekly, some are fortnightly, and some are monthly, and some are bi-monthly, some are quarterly. If this is the case, how to keep track of all the titles? That was a major issue with the periodicals. So he devised a solution for this, and that is really commendable. So I'll let you know what this system is. And then he had the first one, register card. A register card will have the basic information. So that basic information about whether we have received or we have not received, and what the subscription amount is, all those details can be put on the register card. And the classified index card also, that will give information about the what are the supplements and any other title which is, you can say, which is complementing or supplementing this title. Because sometimes what is important is, just suppose if we are looking for a particular title and we want to know how many titles which are related to this discipline. So all those complementary and supplementary titles can be given. Plus, if any indexes are available, so information about the indexes is also given. And in between, you can see the check card. Check card is something which is a brainchild of Dr. S. R. Ranganathan. And I'll explain to you what this check card is. So let me tell you first what the register card is. You can see here the format of register card. So the register card is basically used to record essential information about each periodical subscription. So especially the information which typically includes the name of the periodicals. You can see here the name of the periodicals, supplier, periodicity, order details, then annual subscription cost, payment details, and the record of issues received. This is all information, you can find it here. And these cards are organized alphabetically. These are filed alphabetically in the tray, allowing easy access and retrieval based on the title of the periodical. So this is, you can see, the basic objective is this will be filed alphabetically. So any user, just suppose want to find out this information, whether the current issue of this particular title has been received or not, straight away you can alphabetically find out, and then you can see in the column that a current issue has been received or not. And the beauty is, along with that, you have a lot of other information also, but for the user it is only relevant that okay, the current issue has been received or not. And even the library staff also, they can verify if the current issue has not been received, then what action has to be taken. Then next what is to be done, they will take the action. So it is important that this card is having its own significance. So all these details are filled up and it is filed alphabetically. And the register card provides a comprehensive overview of each subscription, enabling the library to track the issues received and payment status. All that information it will give you. Now coming to the second card,